There we go. Hello, and welcome back to the Bold Prediction Wrestling Podcast. I am joined by the Byron Saxon and the Tom Phillips to Samoa Joe.
Oh.
It's Ryan and Ryan. How are you, boys?
Someone's been so dirty there with a Byron.
Yeah, I don't know which one's Byron.
I like how you assume the role of Byron.
Eh?
I like how we assume the role of Byron.
Yeah, you're Byron. Ryan, you can be...
You're Byron.
Tom.
I'll be JR.
Tom Phillips. JR, you're on AEW now.
I'll be Tony Khan. I'll be Tony Khan.
Anyway, it's been Royal Rumble week. All in all, I enjoyed the pay-per-view. Me and Ryan have done a full Royal Rumble review podcast, and we'll get to Ryan's thoughts in a bit. We're going to kick it off with some news, and literally the only news that I can think of that isn't show-related is Lars Sullivan's been fired.
Yeah, that's a weird one, that. I mean, yeah, because we thought he might be in the Rumble, didn't we? And he didn't even show up there.
That's a shame, innit?
Apparently, he got released last month, but it was very quiet. So
he has a lot of panic attacks, doesn't he? I know that's what came out when he first made his debut on Raw. What, 2 years ago, nearly now, right?
Wow, yeah, it would have been. I didn't realise that. I didn't know that. Obviously, a lot of stuff's come out about him, hasn't it? So that's probably got something on the.
That'll be a big part of it, for sure.
Can anyone think of any other news that's not Rumble or SmackDown Raw related?
I've just remembered like a little bit, but like it is Rumble related. Just that Adam Pearce was the one that put together the men's Rumble.
Oh, I heard he put together the women's.
He might have done both then.
I heard that Vince wasn't there for the pay-per-view because he was his brother, wasn't it? His brother passed away.
Yeah.
So that's
as well, Carlito's 3-week trial. Who's it? They had to persuade Triple H. He wasn't going to give him a trial, were he? He wasn't going to bring him back because they had to persuade him to give him a 3-week trial run, which he's under now.
Triple H?
Starting at the Rumble and ended. Yeah. Well, to give to Carlito, he's on a 3-week trial run. But they weren't originally going to give it him. MVP had to persuade Triple H.
Wow. I think that's quite
fun news for you there.
Got our own personal Cleto, yeah.
Just don't spit.
Yeah, please don't.
This is why I'm eating apples. Did you see the great shit Carlito's in from eating apples? That is, oh my god.
Oh yeah, just
an apple a day turns you into Carlito.
Nothing called steroids or anything.
Hey, he works out. Leave the man alone. Leave the man alone. SmackDown feels like a year ago now. It just like since the Rumble on that, it feels like it was ages ago. SmackDown, another good show. I know that last week I complained about the no wrestling during commercials. Yeah, and we get back to that on SmackDown. But Brian starts the show and says he's excited for the Rumble. He says he's not sure how many Mania moments he's got left. He thanks Alpha Academy for their training. AJ Styles comes out and calls Omos his own personal Colossus, which I thought was quite cool. And then Brian challenges AJ for a match and he accepts. We'll talk about the match in a bit. Anything to add about these promos?
No, it's just a nice standard opening promo.
I didn't like it, to be fair. I don't like it when Raw come to SmackDown and SmackDown come to Raw because what the fuck's the point of having a brand split?
I get that.
Different shows where you're sharing talent.
Yeah, I get that, but when it's so close to Rumble and you're interchanging inside the match, you can kind of get away with it.
And then almost we're giving the excuse. What did he call the excuse? The quarterly brand switch or something like that. That's never a shut up, man. That's never happened before.
It is actually a thing. When COVID hit and they had a limited roster, they actually had then the it's not the wild card rule because that was the awful one. There was the brand to brand invitational, and
that's it. Yeah,
Charlotte appeared on SmackDown when she was meant to be on Raw. Of course she did because it's Charlotte.
And King Corbin came to Raw for one match, didn't he? I remember that.
That was it. Yeah. So, but then they never mentioned it then for ages. But like Ryan said, when it's that close to the Rumble or like, a big like that, I'm not too bothered. I don't want to see it every week because then you do get to what the wild card rule was, and that was shocking. Bianca Belair beats Bayley and says that's her biggest win of her career. I enjoyed this match. Obviously, Bianca goes on to get a better win of her career just 2 days later. But as for Bianca Bailey, I think that's an end to their rivalry now. I think Bianca's obviously got the upper hand. What do you guys think of the match? Anything?
Just a really good match between two really good female superstars, to be honest. Right result. And obviously, like you say, that was just one of 2 big wins this week for Bianca.
Yeah. Ryan? Nothing? I'll take it as you've got nothing to add.
Yes, yeah. Decent match. Decent match.
King Corbin was on his way to the ring before Dominic attacked him. Corbin beats Dominic again via the end of days and then attacks Ray, but Ray reverses it and they get the upper hand. We still don't know who it was that they went to speak to like 3 weeks ago. Yeah. So I think we'll find out tomorrow, whenever this goes live yesterday. I think we'll find out on this week's SmackDown, to be honest. What do you guys think?
No, I mean, I hope we do, because it's a bit of a joke if we don't now.
Ryan?
Because, go on. What are you done now?
He's gone. Carry on.
What was the question?
A couple of weeks ago, Ray and Dom said that they were going to find somebody to help them with their Corbin problem, and we still haven't found out who that is. Do you think we'll find out this week, or?
Oh, yeah. I think it's Adam Pearce.
Yeah, or Sonya.
Think it's he booked the match, and then
that was it.
It happened.
Am I right in thinking that Dominic eliminated Corbin in the Rumble as well?
Yeah.
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 I forgot to
mention. A little underdog moment, wasn't it?
And then he got killed by Bobby Lashley.
Who didn't at that point? Jesus.
For a bit.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Lashley came in and just cleaned house for a bit, didn't he, when he came now?
He only lasted like 2 minutes, but he got so many eliminations. Yeah. We'll get to him on Raw, but he's so good at the moment. Big E's talking to Sonya Deville backstage and gets interrupted by the Miz and Morrison. Miz hints at cashing on Roman.
Ho, ho.
Big E gets in Miz's face, and then a brawl breaks out. It's nice to see Sonya back and having a role, and she wasn't in the Rumble or anything, but I don't know. I like her in this role for now.
Yeah.
I think it suits her character as well.
It's what? Sorry.
It suits her character as well.
Definitely.
Because she went away and she's not been brought back into the wrestling scene. She's more of a backstage role, which I think, and then you can divert that into going back into wrestling again. Like I reckon maybe after Mania now.
Yeah, I like to keep it after Mania.
Or she has a match at Mania. Who knows? You never know, do you?
Who would you have a face?
True, that's true.
Maybe like a fatal 4-way.
Bailey.
Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley. Ooh.
That'd be a good match. I'd like to see it. I'm a big fan of Sonya Deville. She just doesn't get the chance to prove it in ring, does she?
No.
It was always Mandy before, and then
that's because Mandy got the look. That's why.
Yeah. Nakamura backstage, and Sami comes out saying there's a conspiracy and tells Nakamura he's helped him in the past, and now he needs his help getting his Intercontinental Championship back. Sami tells him that everything he's accomplished in WWE was because of him. Obviously, he won the Intercontinental Championship. His first match in NXT was against Sami. Nakamura basically tells him to go to hell. Which, brilliant. That was brilliant. Anything to add, or just
is what it is,
just
isn't
Sami,
it?
yeah.
You can't really expand
what it is. Right. It is what it is.
I'm going to talk about the whole main event at once, and then we'll break it down. So AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan with Cesaro on commentary. Sami Zayn comes out mid-match protesting again. Big E comes out and beats up Sami and throws him into Cesaro. Cesaro beats up Big E. Sami gets involved in the match. Then Nakamura comes out. Nakamura and Cesaro have a face-to-face before Sami throws Nakamura into Cesaro. We get a brawl that turns into a 6-man tag. Bryan, Nakamura, and Big E versus Cesaro, AJ, and Sami. I was like, where's Apollo at this point? Out comes Miz and Morrison mid-match. With the help of Sami, they beat up Big E. Then out comes Otis. We get a 5v4 handicap match. Out comes Sheamus to make it 5-5. Sheamus hits a bro kick on Sami to win the match. Braun then returns after the match, kills the heels. yeah. Again, it was just that no wrestling during commercials, was it? It was like break it down. I enjoyed it.
I think it worked, to be fair.
I'd have liked to have just have had. Sorry, pardon me. I'd have liked to have just had them two, Ryan and Styles, just go 1-on-1, and then have the shenanigans after the match.
Yeah.
Like I don't like this whole because you have this main event and then they just go straight into tag multi-man tag match. It's like it just does my head in sometimes.
I sort of liked that.
Yeah, and also why bring Braun back at SmackDown? What's the point? Just have him come back at the Rumble. Like it makes no sense. Like why was he? We'll go on to why was he number 30 as well? That's what I want to know. Why was he number 30? Like, I don't.
Rollins should have been 30.
That's
what I like this week's
considering you've given away
the one before the Rumble, and it was crazy. And yeah. But like the ending before that, I think it hyped up the Rumble pretty well. The anything can happen because you kept getting stop-started, match change.
I have nothing against it as a main event. I just would like to have seen Bryan and Styles go 1-on-1 and actually have a decent match.
Because the two are the best on the roster, aren't they?
Exactly.
If we'd got the brawl after the match, it would have ended in one of them where everyone's throwing each other over the top rope and oh look, I'm last man standing, and it's like, well,
yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
you can't win. You can't have it all your own way. It's one or the other, really, isn't
it? So SmackDown was good, not as good as it has been in the past few weeks, but it was still decent. If you want a full Royal Rumble review, me and Ryan have got that uploaded on the channel already, but we're going to go through it briefly again with Ryan now. So the first match was
don't tell me you're going to go through 1 till 30 entrance of both Rumble match, please. Oh, thank God.
I said brief.
Oh, God.
So the first kickoff show.
Your brief is not brief.
What did you do that on? What did you do that on?
Have you not watched? How dare you not watch?
Well, we were breaking down the Royal Rumble, so I was like, number one was this guy. This is what they did. Like, breaking it down.
Jericho, that sounds of it.
Would you like me to carry on?
A little bit of the analysis.
Go on.
You're giving Michael Cole a run for his money.
The big dog.
It's boss time. Hijack. You're under siege.
Hashtag hijack the podcast.
Hashtag storm the Chad James.
Hashtag occupy podcast.
It's like AEW and Impact taking over.
Have you finished?
That's what's on it. Right, I'm retired. I can't.
Charlotte and Asuka lose the the women's tag team titles to Nia and Shayna after Ric Flair and Lacey Evans gets involved. Ryan?
because obviously I went Asuka and Charlotte, but as soon as Ric Flair's music hit, I was like, oh no. Or that you just knew what was going to happen, because I even predicted it myself, because I was flip-flopping between the two. And then I just thought, there's 2 pay-per-views before Mania, and they've all just captured the belts as well. It's a bit too soon to take it off them.
That's what I thought.
It just makes it pointless. So I thought, no, they'll retain, and then they'll you can work a feud out of that way. They lose the belts and go to Mania, because that's what's going to happen between the Charlotte and Asuka. And then when Flair's music hit, I was like, oh, for God's sake. And it just
there's no getting rid of him.
I mean, I don't really know how I feel about the result. I've not really thought about it too much, but it just feels weird because they've just dropped the belts and then won them back straight away. It's a bit like Drew Orton when Orton won the belt, and it's like I just don't get it.
No, I don't.
I don't get it. It's a joke, to be honest.
The reason they put him on in the first place was because Charlotte was returning. They were like, "Oh, look, big moment for Charlotte."
Yeah, and it's just pointless. Because we even with every podcast since TLC, we've just been like, "Oh, have we actually seen Charlotte and Asuka together?"
Yeah. And then we do see them together, and they lose the belts.
And like you said, Nia didn't even want the belt.
No, she didn't. She didn't. Shayna was like, "Oh, let's go get these back." And Nia was like, "I suppose so."
Exactly. So it's not convincing, is it? It's like, "Oh yeah, let's get them back." It's like, I guess if we have to, sort of thing. But the match itself was okay. I mean, I think I was glad it was on the pre-show, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think it was worthy enough to be on the actual pay-per-view.
I think we said that, didn't we? Like, it was a good job it was on the pre-show. Things, Charlotte, saying that Charlotte and Asuka belong on the pre-show is something.
Well,
but no, this match did.
If you were to take a pick of the card, you'd say that one by a mile would be.
Yeah.
If you was to pick, so.
Or this next one, which was the first match of the main show, and I honestly thought Drew was going to lose. That
intense, man.
That jackhammer, I was like, that's it. That's it. What did you think, man? Did you bite? Did you think that was it?
No, that because it was the first match of the card, I was quietly confident Drew was going to retain.
Because you thought Goldberg would enter the Rumble.
That was only because I thought Goldberg was going to enter the Rumble, because I thought he's an old guy. He's 54, 55 years old or whatever he is. I'm like, if it's the first match, that's like 4 minutes long, because that's what it were. 4 or 5 minutes. If that, you've got enough recovery time to then actually go in the Rumble later on and like.
I don't think he has. He needs like a week.
Oh yeah, but I just thought, he's going to enter the Rumble here. But then when it got to in the actual Rumble match, it got to 25, and I was like, hang on, we've not seen Braun. Rollins meant to be back, and there were a couple others as well that I'm like,
yeah.
Ray. So I was like, hang on, is he even going to be in this match? And obviously he wasn't. So
I forgot. I forgot I even said he was going to enter Rumble. When it got to like 29, and I was, oh shit, Goldberg. Completely just forgot.
Yeah. No, like, we all knew number 30 was going to be Braun, didn't we, after return? So I thought that was a bit of a waste. But anyway, the actual match itself, it was all right. Like, it's just a spot fest, weren't it? Like every Goldberg matches.
Well, that's literally it. That's all it was.
Yeah. So, and I'm just after that. I like the result, and I'm just glad that you can move on from that now.
Yeah, that show of respect after that hard hitting match for so long. Like,
see, I don't really get that, right? Because Goldberg's whole thing was about respect, but then like he just. I don't know. Like, why?
Yeah, no. I think
it made no sense.
I think Drew proved respect to Goldberg. I think that's the narrative they're trying to tell is that Drew's earned Goldberg's respect.
Like, if it makes sense, then do it. But like, why does it have to have him stare down and shake and raise hands and stuff? Just nod. And go.
It's like a little pass the torch, isn't it? Even though,
this guy, look, and then all these like nice words in the ear, like just get out, man.
Well, what was it? I think it was one of you. It was definitely one of you two that sent it. That The Undertaker and Drew were the only two people to beat Brock and Goldberg one-on-one.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
That is crazy. Apparently Triple H did it.
Goldberg's been going from 98.
Apparently Triple H did it, but it was a house show, so they don't really class that.
Oh, it was. It were in Australia. It's on DVD, though, to be fair.
Is it?
Yeah, I've got it. It was what do they call it now? Fucking hell. It were the first ever one they did overseas, like a super show, and it were from 2002. I got the name. Global Warming, 2002.
They did not call a pay-per-view Global Warming.
Yeah. Triple H, Rock, and Brock Lesnar for the title. A decent match, to be fair.
Was that a triple threat?
Yeah. So that's probably why they don't count
it. Sasha Banks successfully defends against Carmella.
It was a great match, that.
Yeah, I know. I'd probably say this was possibly better than the TLC match.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
Carmella's best match to date.
Yeah,
essentially, because I thought that was really good, but then I feel like I think this went another level, to be honest with you, especially with the whole Reginald. I mean, he got disqualified quite early on, didn't he?
Yeah, for doing nothing.
Yeah, that bit I didn't really understand, but it kind of makes sense just to get rid of it. I mean, it keeps Mella sort of with her character kind of like not much damage, because obviously this is the second time she's lost now, so I can't see her going again. Surely. No, because if she goes again, she's got to win.
I think,
and I really want to see Sasha and Bianca at Mania. I really want to see that. That is honestly going to be my most favorite match to watch at this point.
I think we're definitely going to get that, if not a triple threat with Bayley in it. But I think that at Chamber or Fastlane,
or a fatal four-way maybe.
At Chamber or Fastlane, I want to see Sasha Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, I think we might get that, to be honest.
Because she wasn't on Raw, so I'm thinking she might come on SmackDown and have Damian Priest on Raw.
Yeah. Well, no, I think that will happen, actually. Yeah, because Damian Priest is on Raw, isn't he? Or we're meant to made to believe so, anyway.
Yeah. Wild card.
Wild card. But no, the match itself I really enjoyed, and I was confident that Sasha was going to retain. That was quite an obvious one for me.
That the Women's Rumble. Obviously, Bianca Belair comes out with number 3. Ryan thought his life was over because he didn't think that Bianca would do it for number 3.
Honestly, I thought I picked Edge, and he's already been announced for number 1/2.
Yeah.
And then obviously they start off in the ring. Who started off the women's match? Was it
Bailey.
Bailey and
Who were it?
I feel really bad for not knowing this.
What Shayna? Were it? No.
Was it?
It might be.
Because I was going to say Shayna, but I don't think... Was it Shayna?
No. I don't know. Not Mandy Rose. No.
It was.
Oh, was it Mandy Rose?
No, it weren't Mandy.
No, it weren't Mandy Rose. It was someone good. I don't mean that. I don't mean
Mandy Rose is good.
Let's have a look.
Oh, shit. Who were it? It weren't a surprise.
It might... do you know, I really think it was Shayna.
I think it were. I honestly couldn't tell you.
Oh my god. It's obvious.
What?
It was a returning Naomi.
Oh shit, of course. Yeah.
It's bad, that.
Well, anyway.
That is bad.
Anyway, yeah, when Bianca came out, I was like, oh no. And then when Rhea, obviously, because it came down to, because me and Ryan had the same picks, didn't we? Apart from the pre-show. So Ryan was already out of it. Well, in it, but obviously out of not having to do the punishment. And then it came down to me and you, and I was like, well, Sasha's already got one up, so I just need you not to get these two. And then Rhea Ripley comes out, number 18, was it?
14, because Charlotte was 15, yeah.
It was number 14, and I was like, oh, it's halfway through, and I was like, and then it just throughout the whole match, I was on edge.
Yeah.
And then when
that final 2 had you sweating.
Oh yeah, that final 2 was.
I was like, but I didn't want to look at my phone, and I was like, I just want to watch it. My whole focus is on this match. This is life or death for me.
As soon as Charlotte went, I was like, I'm happy with either of these now.
So, yeah, I was. I think Rhea was more dominant in the match, but I think they both had a very, very good showing.
Rhea got 7 eliminations.
Yeah,
but
they just showed.
But Bianca lasted 56 minutes, so...
Exactly. So they both had very impressive performances in the Rumble. And to be honest, I wouldn't have picked 2 better people to be in the final 2. I think they both... I feel sorry for Rhea. Like, I wouldn't have been mad. I mean, I'd have been mad for my prediction, but I wouldn't have been mad if she'd have won it.
Yeah.
Because I think she deserves it just as much as Bianca does. But I'm very happy with Bianca. I'm glad that they actually went with Bianca.
Yeah.
Because I think she deserved it.
I just want to take a sec to talk about the highlight of the Women's Rumble, Billie Kay.
When she goes to sat down at the announce table.
She's absolutely brilliant. Trying to team up with everyone. Finally teams up with Jillian Hall to make Billy and Jilly. And then they fall out. She tries to get in with the Riot Squad. Then Peyton Royce comes out, and I'm just like, oh, it's amazing. It was all so good.
It's great.
I had number 21 in a sweepstake and ended up getting Alicia Fox.
Alicia Fox.
Lasted 2 minutes, but did win the 24/7 championship.
Yes, so. Did, to be fair, yeah.
What do you think about the returns? So obviously we had Jillian Hall, Victoria, Tori Wilson, and Alicia Fox, and Mickie James.
Just what we see normally. There's no real, like, Tori's always there, isn't she? And Victoria and Alicia. They always bring back Alicia Fox.
I think that Jillian Hall came out, and I messaged my mate. I was like, "Who
is Mickie James a return though? Like, because she's still very much under contract.
She is.
I know we've not seen her in a while.
Currently signed to Raw.
Yeah, she's still there. She just doesn't get used. So I don't really know if it's a return in some aspects, but like it's not like a Victoria return.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, or a Tori is kind of different, but yeah, because there were rumours of Trish being there, weren't they? But
was that?
Well, Natalia put that post up, didn't she? That Instagram post.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Put that bloody post.
Yeah, and then she deleted it, like, and that just made it sus. If you'd have kept it up, it's not sus. But the fact that you deleted it just makes it proper sus to me. But then they must. I don't know.
Anybody see Becky Lynch's Instagram story?
Becky Lynch.
You know, see Becky Lynch's Instagram story on the night of the Rumble.
She changed
She posted a photo of the gorilla.
She changed her Twitter handle and everything.
She posted the next day, and she something like, "Oh, sorry, just thought I just really like the curtain or something.
That's brilliant. I love Becky. So
I said to Louis, because we was on about it, and I went, she had everyone by the balls.
she did.
With that.
Anything else you want to add about the Women's Rumble?
No, I think it was right place in the card, mid pay-per-view, I think.
I want to talk quickly. She lasted 1 minute and 2 seconds. Alexa Bliss.
I really want to talk about this because she was. If I didn't go Bianca, I was going to go Alexa because I've been thinking for a couple of weeks. I'm thinking, do you know what? A dark horse in this Rumble match is Alexa, because you can kind of rope it in with the Fiend some way and have them both go for titles at Mania maybe or whatever. I don't know. But then when you watch it and she literally does nothing and then gets eliminated, it's a bit of a joke, really. She basically got dropped out.
I see it as like Rhea Ripley watches Raw. And she sort of like sees Alexa Bliss trying to thingy and was like, get out of here. I ain't having any of that.
I was a bit surprised actually right now. I was like, I thought I should have a bit more of a stronger showing than that. But clearly, I don't know. I don't know what went on
there. So she lasted a minute before being eliminated by Rhea Ripley. Quickly, I want to talk about Lana returning, eliminating Nia Jax. I thought that was quite funny.
Yeah, I like that. That's good storytelling. That I like that.
I'm just having a look because it came up again saying that we've only got 40 minutes, even though I've upgraded. So we'll have to stop and start again in a bit. We'll get through the Rumble first. So Roman Reigns defeated Kevin Owens in what was Ryan's favourite match of the night. What did you think?
I agree. I think I would probably say it's my favourite as well. There was a bit of a botch in there though with the whole Reigns handcuff thing. The ref stopped counting, didn't he?
That was so bad.
Apart from that, I really enjoyed it.
He needed some bolt cutters instead to just like. Well,
Ryan I read something. Oh, go on.
Ryan brought up a good point of like, where did Paul Heyman get the key from?
It must have been in his pocket.
But what's he doing with a key?
Yeah, but he didn't have the handcuffs.
Kevin Owens that brought work it where like you need. Oh, was it Owens?
It was Owens that locked him on.
I'm pretty sure Owens brought out the handcuffs.
What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say now.
Was it about? Was it about Kevin Owens getting hit by a car?
No. It was. I read something from what Meltzer and Alvarez said. I know I don't like him, but apparently, what did he say? Something like Heyman was doing the wrong side of the hole on the handcuff.
No, was he?
So that's why it took forever. And then someone said, why don't they just get something to take it off? And I was like, well, I don't know. But apparently Heyman was doing the wrong side. So he's like they're trying to jab the key through the hole. There's no hole there to jab through. That's why it seemed like it went on forever.
But there was nothing like the ref got to 6 and just sort of stopped.
Yeah, also because you see, like and then he just starts looking. It's like, well, why have you stopped? Because I thought, oh shit, Roman's not going to beat the count here. Are they going to have like a no finish?
Technically, he didn't. But this is the part where Kevin Owens should have either started beating up Roman because then the ref's got to restart the count, or Roman should have attacked the ref again.
Yeah,
Something should have happened.
I don't think you can do it twice, can you? I don't think you can do it twice.
No, true, but
I think they've put themselves in a predicament where they've ballsed it up, and then they've tried to sack. Like, it wasn't a major botch in some aspects, but like it was obvious. But it was noticeable.
It was just when they just stood there for like a good 2 minutes, just doing nothing.
Exactly.
I'm like,
yeah, it's like, I try to get it out. It's like, this is longer than 10 seconds. What are you doing? But no, the match itself, there was so many amazing spots, and I think these two have great chemistry together. Not just now, back in 2017 when they fought for the Universal title and what have you. So no, credit to both. Probably match of the night for me as well. I wonder where Owens goes to me though, because I can't see him going after the belt again.
No, I think that he's done. He's done with Roman now.
I'd say go towards the mid card now. And possibly go after the IC belt, perhaps, or something like that. I don't know.
I'll get to that in my bold prediction later, because
but where's Ryan gone?
I mentioned to Ryan, so there was the bit where Kevin Owens jumped off the forklift.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And then Roman got on the offense then. And Kevin Owens threw a piece of paper or something at Roman's head. Did you see that?
Yeah.
But just after that, they walked past a table with Mrs. Money in the Bank briefcase on.
Oh,
did you notice that?
No, I can't say I did actually.
Because he walked past and the table. There's just a table just next to them, and it's got a briefcase on it. Yeah. I'm like, it's quite like a little Easter egg they put.
That's a good point actually, because we didn't get a Money in the Bank cash-in fees, did we?
We didn't get anything really.
We didn't get anything like that.
No, he was too busy with Bad Bunny, wasn't he?
Because he didn't even have like a strong showing in the Rumble, really, Miz.
No.
So I don't know. I felt maybe he could easily have come out when Reigns were handcuffed.
Yeah, exactly. Just do that.
If it have come out, then that makes you sit up and you're like, oh crap, oh shit.
But how would he have just entered himself in a last man standing match? Would he have to beat both of them then?
Well, yeah, but it'd be easy because he's handcuffed. You just knock Heyman out with you've got Morrison anyway, so you could double team Owens. Reigns can't get up, and then you could just boss Heyman over Edge with briefcase, and jobs are good. But then again, WWE don't do logic, do they? So
no, they do not. I mentioned Bad Bunny, and I saw Ryan shaking his head. The song is not my music at all.
That's all it was. It was shit.
It's not my thing at all.
You've got loads of
people.
What the hell was that? And Booker T's edge like that. Okay, now that was tragic.
It was bad. He was just like for 2 minutes.
It was awful. That was my reaction watching it.
He has got more Twitter followers than the WWE Twitter account.
But does John Cena follow him though? That's the real question.
That is a good question. That is a very, very good question. We're gonna move on.
You're a bad influence on me. Oh shit.
So we're gonna talk about the men's rumble now. Obviously the winner's Edge came out number 1, lasted an hour and 32 seconds, got 3 eliminations.
Absolute hero.
Yeah, I'm not going to complain about it. I'm quite happy that he won.
It is a bit. I know like the whole thing about him lasting the whole Rumble, but I was a bit surprised he'd only eliminated 3 people. Bearing in mind 2 of those right at the end, as well. So
that's true. Trying to have a look who got the most eliminations. It's looking like Damian Priest got 4, Big E got 4. Lashley got 3.
Ooh. So there weren't a massive amount of elimination.
Not like there was in the women's, no.
No. Not like there was in past, because you've had Braun, you've had Brock, you've had Roman. In years gone by, they've had a lot of eliminations.
Well, Edge got 3, but so did Bobby Lashley, so did Seth, and so did Braun.
Yeah.
So
when you put it like that, it doesn't look as bad.
Yeah.
Because they're all about 4 3s that are on the top ones at the top of the list. So when you look at it like that, it's not as bad, but it's just a bit, I don't know. If you've won it, I'd expect at least 5 eliminations to be a bit credible, but it is what it is.
You don't class as a Royal Rumble winner if you get less than 5.
That's the criteria.
How many did Vince get in 99? Don't reckon he got 5, do you?
1 out of Steve Austin, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. In terms of returns, we got Carlito, which we all spoke about. Looks amazing. We got King.
Always nice to see King. It's always nice to see King.
Just upping his record that little bit more.
Yeah, exactly.
He's putting a bit of weight though, hasn't he?
Oh yeah.
He's been carrying weight for years.
We had a Team Hell No reunion.
More now.
Oh, I love it when they do that. Every time it gets me, I love it.
We had a Edge and Christian reunion.
Yeah.
And we had a hurricane coming through.
A hurricane.
I know that like we've seen him a few years ago, so it's not the same. But I'm always gonna pop for Stanwick. There's a hurricane coming through. I'm always gonna pop for that. Bobby Lashley got eliminated by 4 people. I'd say that was a highlight. The way he just destroyed Dominic Mysterio, like, and Omos eliminating Ray and Big E. That was certainly interesting.
So, yeah, it was interesting actually, yeah, because AJ's not on SmackDown.
That sounded so sarcastic. Yeah, it was interesting actually. But no,
I feel like this is a savagery of the horse today.
But no, you're right. He's not on SmackDown, and Omos eliminated Rey Mysterio too. So I think
to clarify, that wasn't a sarcastic comment.
That's fine. So like, I see it as like they can pull it off by having them eliminate SmackDown guys because they won't have to put up with the repercussions because they don't have to deal with them.
Yeah.
So Omos can eliminate Big E and Ray and not have to see him again for months.
But for Big E to be eliminated, surely he'd want to set up an IC title feud by having him have someone eliminate him that can actually challenge. I mean, to be fair, AJ can challenge him if he wants to.
Yeah.
They'll work it some way. Well, do you know what? I don't think I'd be opposed to seeing AJ versus Big E for the belt. I think that'd be a really good match.
It'd be alright. I know it's either one a bang or it just flop.
I think all right's an understatement. I think it'll be really, really good.
It's two different styles, don't it? I mean, I know they can still work it, but it just look a bit odd.
Yeah, but if it wasn't AJ, that was two of the best.
Yeah, but I mean, Roman's more AJ's style than Big E, though, isn't he? Like, to be fair, he's more flexible than Big E.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it probably would still be alright. It's two world-class workers, isn't it?
I'd just like to see it because AJ's not getting any younger, and he's already keeps saying like as every year goes by, he's getting like, I don't want to continue this long. So like, I want to see these matches before it's too late.
I'm not going to say much about Big E because I have a big bold prediction for him later.
Can I say one spot? Can I say one spot in the Rumble? It's the bar reunion sort of thing. Where they do the bar and then Cesaro gets Sheamus on the thing and then Sheamus like, what are you doing?
I've wanted a bar reunion for so long just because like they got separated. We haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
Sorry, breaking news as we speak. So the Cruiserweight champion So the Cruiserweight champion was Jordan Devlin, but then because of COVID, they got Santos Escobar. So there's two. Jordan Devlin does an open challenge, and Dave Mastiff has just accepted, who is most definitely not a cruiserweight. Last week, they had Trent Seven come out and said, if I can cut down to 205, I'll fight you. And now they're just having Dave Mastiff. So, okay. But we did get a New Day reunion as well in the Rumble. Obviously,
I really like the tribute to Brody Lee as well with the outfits they were wearing. Really like that.
You mentioned that on the other one, didn't you, Ryan? Really good ring gear.
Yeah, we're just in sync, me and mine.
You are. I only need one of you. Anything else to add about the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, anybody?
No, I mean, I didn't really like the fact that Orton just went out straight away, pretty much. I know he got taken out and then came back at the end. I was like, oh, come on, man. Orton could have had such a starring role in that Rumble. Yeah. And I just feel like it was a bit wasted, to be honest. But
where did his sunburn go? He was sunburned on Raw. 6 days later at the Rumble, he's fine.
Oh, get a bit of Apperson on you, pal. You're 8.
Family, I want what he's got.
I've been there.
I want that. 33 birds. Get a bit of Apperson on you. Does the trick.
Moving on to Raw. Drew puts over all the matches at the Rumble, which I thought was pretty decent. Edge comes out and tells Drew he's a threat. Then Sheamus comes out and backs up Drew. Edge tells Drew he has a target on his back, and whoever he decides to face at Mania will know, and he will walk out champ. Sheamus then hits Drew with a bro kick and leaves.
I knew this was going to come after Rumble, but I didn't think it had happened on this Raw. I mean, when I woke up to it, I was like, because it wasn't the first thing I saw, I was like, oh, because it was a visual of Sheamus bro kicking Drew. So I was like, okay, I knew it was coming because I said they're gonna prolong this kind of friendship. Sheamus is going to try and get close to Drew and back him up for a little bit, and then after Rumble they'll have a feud. But I didn't think it'd do it straight away. But I mean, I want to see it. I think it'll be a really good match, to be honest. I like to see it. And she's putting Sheamus in the main event picture, which he's not been in for a very long time. So, and I want, within the next year or two, I want to see Sheamus hold one of the belts, as in the Universal.
Really?
Yeah, because he's not one because he's
Oh my lord.
because the last one was Money in the Bank where he cashed it in, and then he lost it, didn't he? Like to Roman, which I was pleased about, obviously.
Yeah.
But like since then, he's just been stuck in the tag belt, and I think he is a top level superstar. Give him the chance. So
They're keeping him as far away
I don't know,
from
man.
the Intercontinental Championship as they can. They're sticking him on a
Yeah.
completely different brand because they know that Sheamus wants to win it
Grand
before he
Slam.
retires.
Yeah.
So like, we'll just keep you away from it. Ryan?
I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw it coming, but I didn't see it coming so early. In like your first 10 minutes of your show. But I just like the idea that every friendship they have on screen, they just have to turn them against each other. It's pathetic. I thought with the Sheamus one, it could be the first one where they just fucking leave it. Because they've got history there. They've known each other for 15 years. They don't need to fight just because they're friends. There's a world title there, but it's old-fashioned thinking like, they're friends. We'll get them split up. We'll have Sheamus turning up. Like, we don't need to see it. I don't really care for Sheamus versus Drew because we know Drew's going to walk through him.
It's a bit of a slime ball, isn't it?
Yeah, but is he though? Because who's he actually turned on in the past?
Everyone knew that was going to turn. There was no way.
No, but he hasn't. There's no history of him turning on his friends. He didn't turn on Cesaro.
No,
true.
He's a loyal comrade. To be fair, there's no reason for him to turn on Drew.
Didn't turn on the League of Nations.
Well, no, because
didn't turn on League of Nations.
Did he not bro kick Big Show at Mania against the Shield?
No, Big Show turned on them.
Big Show.
Oh, there's a surprise.
Sheamus.
Yeah, there's a surprise.
That will heel turn number 51, I believe, from Big Show.
51 of about 1 million.
He had like 3 last year.
You are?
Yeah.
He had like 3 last year, and he had like 4 appearances.
Yeah.
But they had like a good. Sheamus and Drew had like this good sort of like brothership bond, and you didn't need to tamper with that because you could tell it was genuine. And the minute you start tampering it, you just get into a routine again, and it's bollocks. That's what I think, anyway.
Riddle challenged Lashley for the US title. It ended quickly when Lashley refused to let go of the hurt lock while Riddle is stuck in the ropes. Lashley continues to beat down after the match. Lashley is just so dominant. Like,
monster.
It's amazing.
This is probably one of his best runs for me, especially in WWE.
He's well needed, though, isn't it? Like, he deserves to be that monster.
I think he found his level. I don't think he's a main eventer.
Yeah,
but I feel like he has found his level. I don't know. I feel like he's upper main event, as in I feel like he's like maybe the tier below. But where does this Riddle feud go though? Because there's only so long you can feud for. I mean, I'm getting a bit bored of it, to be honest with you. If I'm going to be completely honest, I mean they've been doing it for like 3 or 4 months now. I
want to see Lashley defend it in the chamber.
Yes, and you could take the belt off him then if you wanted to, without him being kicked or submitted. Do you know what I mean? Oh no, Jimmy, you have to be. No, never mind, Jimmy.
But you could get all 5 of them to team up on him.
True.
But that's what I want to see personally. Also, I want Brock to return, and I want Brock versus Lashley for the US title, and I want Lashley to win.
Brock ain't going to come back for the US title. No way. And he's not going to lose to Lashley for the US title either. There's no way. He wouldn't lose to Roman about three times for the top belt. You know what I mean? So, not a chance.
I want you to come back and put over Lashley for the US title. Like, what? Bad Bunny arrives.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off.
Woods says he's in a best of 5. Woods says he's in a best of 5 series with Retribution. He's losing 2-1. Woods pins Ali after Retribution and Kofi interact on the outside. Then on Raw Talk, Woods challenges Reckoning.
Ooh.
Woods versus Mia Yim.
Well, no, it's pretty clear.
Yes, please.
Wait, isn't she COVID isolated?
At the moment, yeah. Speaking of which, we haven't seen Keith Lee in like 3-4 weeks. He wasn't even in the Rumble.
Yeah. No, but that's like understandable though, to be fair.
Why?
Like,
I miss him.
That's sort of understandable though, isn't it? Because isn't he going out with her, is it?
Yeah, so where's he been for the past 3 weeks before that?
Yeah, he's only just got COVID.
I miss Keith Lee.
Isolating, I'd imagine.
But she hasn't been.
Oh wait, she only just got that this last week
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, she got it over Royal Rumble weekend.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I think she was meant to be in the Rumble.
I think she got it Saturday night.
That just shows how much I don't give a shit about Retribution.
That's a positive for Saturday night.
Bad Bunny is backstage with Damian Priest.
Ah.
Bad Bunny is on Miz TV. Miz and Morrison offer Mr. Bunny.
Bad Bunny's everywhere, by the sounds of it.
They offer Mr. Bunny the chance to become a WWE superstar. All he has to do is let them record an album. Damian Priest comes out and floors Miz. It leads to Miz versus Priest, which was a good showing for those who may not be familiar with Priest. Bad Bunny takes the briefcase to stop Miz from cheating. Mr. Bunny in the bank. And Priest wins his Raw debut. What do you reckon? Are you familiar with Damian Priest before this?
Yeah, I know he is, and I've seen a few matches of his. I won't say I'm like an absolute expert on the guy.
Mm-mm. Ryan?
Pretty good, isn't
he? What's decent?
Yeah, he's an in-ring wizard, man.
He is. He's amazing. Lucha House Party challenged the Hurt Business for the tag titles. Hurt Business retain, but Sheldon and Cedric fall out near the end.
This is going to cost them soon. It's going to cost them that. They're going to drop the belts. It's going to be one of those where they just drop it like suddenly without you really expecting it.
To who?
I think.
There isn't anyone. There are no tag teams in WWE.
Do you know what they'll do? They'll put Sheamus and Drew together, both the feuding, and then they'll win the belts. That's what'll happen. Book it. You heard it here first.
No, they'll end up putting Riddle and Lashley together.
Oh, what? Go against his team.
Oh my god!
Do you remember when they put?
Wait, what happened to the Hardy Bros? What happened to the Hardy Bros?
Oh yeah. Do that.
Elias returned.
Get the Hardy Bros and put the tag belts on him. I'm here for that.
Do you remember when Rusev teamed with Nakamura after Nakamura broke Lana's leg?
Yeah. Yeah.
You crippled me wife. Get in. Let's team up.
Tag man.
So bad. Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke versus Charlotte and Asuka versus Lana and Naomi. Winner gets a championship match. Charlotte hits the natural selection. Then Ric Flair's music hit. And Charlotte's face. She was just so pissed off. But she looked pissed off at the writing rather than her dad. She was like, oh, forget this. Walked over to Asuka, slapped her to tag her in, and pissed off. Asuka gets back in the ring, gets hit with a rear view from Naomi. Naomi pins the Raw Women's Champion, and Naomi and Lana have a championship match. Charlotte looks so pissed off with this storyline. It's amazing.
Well, yeah, because I don't think she thought she was coming back at TLC and then thought, oh, months later I'm going to be stuck in a feud with Lacey Evans and my dad.
Be stuck in a feud with me dad. Brilliant.
Who cost me the SmackDown Women's Championship in the process?
Brilliant. Ryan.
Yeah, same. I'm not like a big fan of them bringing back a 70-year-old legend when there's a fucking pandemic. So whatever they do now, I'm not even going to give a shit about. They just shouldn't be doing it, especially when like there's COVID that's actually backstage in the Thunderdome right now. Like there's been cases coming up week after week. So I just think it's all fucking stupid, to be honest with you.
Really mentioning age, then it got me thinking, and I remember in the men's rumble, there were only 2 people in there under the age of 30.
Yeah, it was very old rumble.
In the whole men's rumble. I think that's shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've got talent, obviously, but there's 2 people, and one of them's Dominic, and the other's Otis.
Fucking hell. Jesus.
Carlito returns to Raw as he tags with Jeff Hardy to take on Elias and Jackson Racist. Oh, sorry, I mean Riker. Carlito is in top shape, and Team Carlito win. Just Carlito looking dominant, like he looks so good, doesn't he?
Yeah. He just looks phenomenal shit. When he came out at the Rumble, I was like, he's kept himself in this shit because he knows he's going to be one day.
It's all them apples.
10 years too long, but it's finally happened.
Ryan?
Yeah, might see Carlito back. Hopefully they sign him after this 3-week deal. But apart from that, the match itself are a bit filler and I don't really care about. But it was good to see Carlito there.
That's what Raw is. It's a filler show.
What if I offered you Carlito versus Bobby Lashley?
Yeah, I couldn't hear that because my internet buzzed me.
Lashley versus Carlito.
Oh, I'd take that, to be fair. I would have Carlito going over for the shits and gigs.
I wouldn't even say it's for that. I'd put him over because it's Carlito, and look at the state. It is amazing. Alexa Bliss versus Nikki Cross is up next. Firefly Funhouse Bliss comes out.
Alexa, do you want to go one-on-one with me?
Mid-match, she transforms into Goddess Bliss. It tries to reassure Nikki Cross. Then transforms back into Funhouse Bliss. Bliss pins Cross with a twisted Sister Abigail. I was thinking it's like she's got multiple personality disorder. Yeah. They all just like take it in turns.
Alexa, you're not the modern day Mick Foley. What are you doing?
And then after the match, she starts leaving and Randy Orton's music hits. And they just stare at each other. Well, she stares at him. He just doesn't even acknowledge her. I may as well cover this as well. We get Edge versus Orton in the main event, advertised as one last time, even though we know it's not going to be. End of the match, Orton sets up for an RKO when Fiend Bliss appears on the top turnbuckle with blood in her mouth. Edge hits a spear to win, Bliss disappears, and Raw goes off the air. I don't know how I feel about this.
I mean, Edge gets a win over his arch nemesis that put him out for 9 months. Yeah. Continues the feud of the Bliss, Fiend, and Orton. Not too much complaints about it, to be honest. The match itself was all right. I thought Edge was very good.
I just don't know how much. I feel like they're dragging their feet, and I don't know how much further, how much longer they can go with it without bringing the Fiend back.
Yeah, I think the Fiend will be back within 2 weeks.
Because I thought he'd be back in the Rumble, but obviously wasn't.
No. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Oh, I reckon at Elimination Chamber we have Drew, Orton.
Don't give me
Sheamus. No, like a 6-man. Sheamus.
Styles.
Keith Lee.
Shove Jeff Hardy in there. AJ Styles, and then Keith Lee. Gets down to, let's say, Drew Norton again, because they're going to do it, and then the Fiend comes in there.
I think they'll shove Lashley in it, to be honest.
What? But he's just going to lose though, isn't he? Like,
yeah, no, but it's just like kind of like a big powerhouse in there, isn't it? I think they've done it before. I think.
Yeah, and how bad was that match? How bad was that Elimination Chamber match? They put him in. Not saying it's him, but
no. But I
think it's cool to see, to be fair, because it could do some. Yeah.
Because then they can say, "Oh, but our US champion is in a match. Look, he's in the main event."
Yeah. If they booked him right like that they did with Braun in 2018, where he just eliminates every man apart from like the winner, then that'd be pretty sick.
Gonna break the fourth wall. We're recording on a Thursday. Have you guys seen NXT?
I've not really had time because
I've seen one segment.
I've seen bits of highlights, but I've not had a chance.
I would class myself as the NXT guy of the three of us. I watch it weekly. Yeah. It was my favorite show. The past 3 weeks, it's been so difficult to watch, and this week was
the worst,
the most difficult. Like last week, I didn't even watch. I just turned it on and was like, not watching this. This morning, I woke up and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to watch NXT before AEW. And I just thought, I can't be bothered. It's just so boring. And they do have some amazing tag teams. And obviously, we'll get to the Dusty Cup in a minute. But it's all just tag matches. There's no tag teams on Raw or SmackDown. They're all on NXT. And because you guys... I'm going to go through the show. If you guys want to talk about anything, just shout out. Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai, who are my pick for the whole cup, they advance to NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day in the final of the Women's Dusty Cup. What do you think of the name Vengeance Day?
It is fucking awful. They had it on a silver platter to call it Valentine's Day Massacre. Why haven't they? It's the most it's the easiest prediction you've had all fucking year. Call your pay-per-view that it's on the fucking day. That's all I have to say.
I think the word massacre is probably what.
Yeah, but I thought that, but it's Triple H's. Vince He won't be asked. Well, they have war games though, don't they? And they wanted to ban the word war.
True. Yeah.
It's just fucking ridiculous, man. It pissed me off quite a lot because I was so certain they'd call it that because it was on the day and they were saving the title reveal.
You know, the Viking Raiders were on there.
Oh yeah.
Like NXT can get away with it.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I don't even know why. I know why Vince did it back then because of 9/11, but surely now he can bring it back because it's a common word now, isn't it? War and stuff like that. It's common now.
But war was coming before 9/11 anyway.
Yeah, but then because of 9/11 they banned it, didn't they?
We had 2 world wars.
Well, yeah, but
he banned the word because of that. Yeah.
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 Austin Theory beats Leon Ruff. Leon Ruff gets ejected. Gets Gargano ejected from ringside. Dexter Loomis comes out and rips out Austin Theory's hair. It is what it is. Legado del Fantasma beat the Lucha House Party to advance to the semis. They're going to face MSK next week. Pete Dunne calls out Finn Balor. Finn Balor versus Pete Dunne at NXT TakeOver for the championship. I'm looking forward to that. Edge comes out and puts over the NXT title and the championship match. This is what the Legends should be doing. Because this was the only good bit on the show. Coming out and literally saying, you two, freaking amazing. You know, this match, freaking amazing. Like, you know, that's effectively what he was doing. And I for one, can't wait. Finn Balor, Pete Dunne, yes. Edge obviously warned them, like, you know, I'll be watching you both. I might come after that championship. Obviously,
it just adds a bit more excitement to who we could possibly pick. Because everyone's just thinking, it's SmackDown. It could. Charlotte Flair went for Rhea Ripley last year. Edge could quite easily go for Finn Balor.
Edge versus Pete Dunne.
I think he's definitely going for Reigns.
Yeah,
but it was nice to see him teasing it.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think Edge will show up on SmackDown tomorrow night.
He's got to. He's got to.
We also got Edge backstage with Killian Cross, and
I saw that. I've seen that.
Yeah. He goes up to Edge and he's like, "I'm going to be the champion at Mania. I'm going to be the one."
Yeah,
like another match I'd love to see. Kushida will challenge Gargano for the North American Championship. Again, another decent match. I assume that pay-per-view is going to be so good.
Yeah.
So we've got that on Valentine's Day. The day before is an Impact pay-per-view, which I'm actually looking forward to more than weekly NXT TV at the moment.
I cannot believe you just said that.
I'm really enjoying Impact at the moment. I really am. Especially compared to this.
Are you all right?
Yeah. Santos Escobar retains against Kurt Stallion with Scarlett watching on. And I don't get it because Cross has been following Escobar around for like 2 weeks now. And he's like, I'm coming after your title sort of thing. Sure, he's not a cruiserweight. I'm just... Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa beat Undisputed Era to qualify for the semis next week. And that was NXT. I don't really have anything else to add. I don't have anything else to add, so we're going to move on to AEW. AEW, again, another amazing show. Possibly my favourite show of the week. Obviously, excluding Rumble. It kicks off with the Tag Team Battle Royal, which MJF and Jericho win. And MJF was amazing in this. When he eliminated...
When's he not?
Exactly. When he eliminated the Young Bucks and started doing that and stuff, it was like, it was so good. I could talk about this match as long as this podcast has gone on. This match was a flipping amazing. I loved it. What did you guys think?
No, I really liked it.
Pretty cool.
I watched some of the AEW highlights more than NXT because it's just something that I look for more forward to. Especially like when you've got like MJF there, he's just on fire week in, week out as well. It just makes you want to watch it. And I'll say coupled in with Jericho as well.
Yeah, I've started watching it like the full show AEW, and it's a great way to start the show. Predictable winners, but who cares? It's Chris Jericho and MJF. I'd take them any day of the week.
Because if they didn't win, there'd be a bit of an uproar. Like, why is MJF? You know what I mean? So sometimes going down the predictable route's the way to go.
Imagine making an old man win your battle royal. Imagine doing that. If WWE did that, they'd be outraged. Oh wait, they did. But you know, it's fine. Like, you know, I'm fine with Edge winning the Royal Rumble, and I'm fine with Jericho winning this. It was flipping amazing.
But the thing is, Jericho's there week in, week out, though.
He is. He's amazing.
So, do you know what I mean? So, like...
Just picture, though, like, 10 years ago, would you have even ever thought that two of, like, the biggest wrestling companies in the world, your main stars, top of the table stars right now, is Edge and Jericho. Imagine that 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, especially with Edge not actually being able to wrestle 10 years ago, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mad.
Goldberg as well.
Crazy.
Yeah, let's not talk about Goldberg.
Oh, forget about Goldberg.
Darby Allin is set to defend his TNT Championship next week against Joey Janela, and Team Taz say they're going to be there to watch on, as does Sting. Anything?
It's Sting. Yeah, like, obviously I love Darby Allin and Sting and what they're doing right now, but I thought their interaction were a bit bland this week. It was very short, and I thought Sting's promo were a little weak when he said, the last words he said was like, so-and-so, you said that it's not the old Sting. And he's like, well, you better look closer. I thought there's so many other words you could have used. Yeah. Like, you could have said all sorts, but it were a bit weak. But, you know, they're probably going to do amazing at Revolution.
I agree that it was
I have another issue with Revolution later on as well.
I agree it was a bit bland this week. But again, it's still good to see them, and, you know, they're all there, they're all trying.
Oh,
decent.
Yeah.
Britt Baker beats Thunder Rosa after the middle turnbuckle got undone and covered, that sort of thing. Again, another decent match. It was a fairly long one, this one, to be fair, but I think the right decision with Britt Baker going over. Ryan's mid-yawn. Ryan, what do you reckon?
Yeah, she's great, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Britt Baker is... she's probably the best woman in the AW division, I'd say, women's division.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing.
Yeah, she's the most well-known, if not.
Yeah.
Ty Conti.
If not
Ty Conti is my favourite women's.
She doesn't have what Britt Baker has something about her. Like, when she's in a segment, you know it's not going to be a stinker to start.
Especially with the...
just something about her as a person.
The waiting room.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Because I watch... on Tuesday nights at midnight our time on YouTube, they've got AEW Dark, and usually once a week they have a waiting room on there, so I kind of tune into that, which is decent. Adam Page and Matt Hardy beat Chaos Project after Matt Hardy tags himself in. Matt Hardy is so up to something here, and the way he's going about it is amazing. So obviously Adam Page has turned down Masks, Dark Order.
Yeah.
And Matt Hardy's like, come and get changed in our room. And then he's like, fancy a match. Just a one-off, you know? He's definitely up to something, and I love it. What do you reckon?
Yeah. Yeah, it 100% is. I think it's very clever the way he's going about it as well. It's very Matt Hardy-like.
Well, anything... Yeah. Anything with Hardy and Adam Page, and it's not going to be shit, is it?
No, it's going to be gold, isn't it?
Next was the best segment of the week. Is this the best wrestling wedding ever?
No.
The wedding of Penelope Ford and Kip Sabian. And they get to the bit in the wedding when they're like, if anyone here has a reason why these two should not be wed, Myro jumps in. No. I've had enough weddings in my time. We're not doing this, which brilliant. Obviously, there's a parcel for Charles the Butler, and Myro's like, no. There's someone in there, so he destroys the box, and he goes to do his best man speech, and he says, "What is love?" And I turn to Emma, and I'm like, "Baby, don't hurt me," and she's like, "I'm just going to completely ignore you." Then he goes and does that box stuff, and then he's like, "What is love?" And all the crowd start singing. And then Myro starts singing.
Great, man.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I thought it was flipping amazing. Myro gets handcuffed to one of the arch things. What's his face? Orange Cassidy comes out with a cake. Oh, I love this wedding so much. I was like, nothing's going wrong. Nothing's going wrong.
It were great.
There we go.
Yeah. It was a great segment, pretty funny stuff. But the only issue I have is Miro. Right, logic isn't there because the last wedding Rusev had on TV, right, was the one Bobby Lashley and Lana.
Yeah.
And he came from the cake.
Yeah.
He came from the cake, right?
Yeah.
So why would he go for a present when there's a cake there? Come on, lad. You just know to go for the cake, don't you?
Yeah.
And he kept saying, like, I've had many weddings. And I thought that was a reference to WWE. But he didn't even have one in WWE. There was
He
no
did. He
weddings.
married Lana.
Yeah, he did marry Lana, yeah.
Right, they might have had one then, but that's not
Because Lana went through the cake. It was a Roman.
Yeah, the Reigns feud, yeah, yeah.
So there was...
Right, that's one then. That's one.
But then he was also involved in the Bobby Lashley Lana one as well, which I think was kind of implied.
Why didn't he go for cake, though?
Oh.
That baffled me a bit. And I like it how we didn't actually see him get handcuffed. It was like off the cuff sneak kick, because that was like pretty sick.
Because he went to move and was like, oh, hang on. And then Orange Cassidy and Charles and that. And it was amazing. I really, really enjoyed this segment. Lance Archer defeats Eddie Kingston in a lumberjack match. Anything?
Yeah, you're all right, wasn't it?
And the main event, Kenny Omega and the Impact Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers, defeated Pac, John Moxley, and Rey Fenix. After the match, Lance Archer gets involved because the heels are doing the beatdown, so Lance Archer gets involved to even it out. And then a masked man comes out and hits Moxley with the go to sleep.
Oh, what's he called?
Kenta.
Yeah.
Kenta, formerly known as Hideo Itami. And he wants a match for Moxley's NWP, GP, whatever, US Championship. And then having a match next week, Omega and Kenta against Moxley and I can't remember his partner, Lance Archer. So that's been confirmed for next week. Another decent main event by AEW. The highlight of the show for me was the wedding. What did you guys think?
Yeah,
great.
That as
another great show.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought main event pretty cool.
Main event, yeah.
I think it's big for them.
Yeah.
Big for them in a company now that are involving New Japan in their Impact.
Well, I was saying
New Japan, Impact, AEW. It's amazing.
Yeah, they all benefit each other. Whereas, obviously, like I said last week, it was open to doing it, but they wouldn't be.
No,
they
like,
won't.
Like you said last week, they don't really need to.
No, there's nothing in it for them.
No,
and the thing is, this ties in with the news, which I forgot to mention before. I think it's in for the long haul because New Japan have confirmed just today that they've actually got on a United States and United Kingdom there's a channel called Rocker or something, and they've just signed up for a show on there, a weekly show every Thursdays at 5 p.m. for an hour. So I think it's going to be big and beneficial for all three brands that are involved, to be honest.
More wrestling. Get in. There's not enough. There's not enough. We're going to move on to Who's That Wrestler? It's time for Who's That Wrestler? Now, Ryan Taylor is actually 3-0 up. 3-0. So you need to win this one, Ryan. How confident you feeling?
Very overly confident. I'm going to whip his ass.
Ryan Taylor, since you're winning, you can choose. Do you want to ask the first question or do you want Ryan to?
I'll ask the first question.
Go on then.
Is this superstar retired?
Officially or unofficially?
Officially.
Officially, no.
Right. Interesting.
That is a cracking question. That's an amazing question, that is, for who it is.
Go on, Raza.
Is this wrestler male or female?
Has to be yes or no question.
Oh, it's a yes or no question.
Is this wrestler male?
Yes.
Okay.
Has this wrestler, this male superstar, had a match within the last 2 years?
You choose your questions, don't you?
Try to narrow it down, you know what I mean?
2 years. So 2 years is February 4th, 2019, yeah?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I had an answer already, but now you said that, I'm questioning myself. I was going to say Triple H. But he wrestled at 35. So now, was this person more active in the decade 2010, 2020? Obviously not, because he don't fucking. Oh no, yeah, don't matter.
Your question
Yeah,
is, yeah.
That was the question.
He was mostly active between 2010 and 2020. Yes.
Was their last promotion WWE?
Yes. Cracking questions.
Would you say this wrestler's era would be the? Oh, well, to be fair, that just sort of my last question. To be fair, wasn't it? Was this wrestler an ally of Triple H's?
No.
No. That's interesting.
Was this wrestler part of a tag team?
Yes. Yes. I'm gonna change your question to: was this wrestler known mostly as part of a tag team? And the answer is yes.
Right. Okay.
Did this wrestler like putting people through tables?
Not necessarily. Like, who doesn't like putting someone through tables?
Are you thinking of the Dudleys?
I'm not gonna. Yeah, but
it's
I thought it's like you read my mind because I was thinking
it's not someone who's known for putting someone through tables.
Oh, maybe not be.
Have they held the main title?
No.
Interesting.
Not the main tag titles, or the main tag titles, or the main world title.
There isn't a main tag titles, is there?
Well, I mean, back then they could have been.
No, I meant the main title. I don't know why I want to know it's a tag team, but we'll go with it.
Yeah. It is a tag team, isn't it? That's what we're saying.
The notoriously known to the majority. So
notoriously off in a tag team. So that means they could have had a singles run at one point.
Yeah.
And they were most active between 2010 and 2020. Motherfucker.
I think I might have it.
Is it Tyson Kidd?
I hope you have. No.
That's what I'm going to go for.
Okay.
Is that what you're thinking?
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Fucking hell.
I'm waiting for the moment that Ryan gets it and goes 4-0 up.
I thought that ticks every box, Tyson Kidd.
Yeah. I thought Tyson Kidd.
That was a good answer.
Oh, dear.
I love this segment so much. I think this is my favourite segment of the show.
I'm just trying to think of all the tag teams that have been on.
Just say, is it Natalia?
Oh!
Oh.
I think I've got it.
Oh.
I think it's a very... Yeah, I think I've got
it. Ryan Taylor, your question.
Oh, he's got it, and oh crap, my mind blanking, you know.
I probably haven't, to be fair.
Yeah, I think you have. I'm blanking here. God.
Come on, you've got it.
Why has my mind gone blank? Were they more notorious for being on Raw?
Yeah, not necessarily. Ryan?
Is it Darren Young?
No.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Ryan?
Yeah. Oh, this is awful, you know.
This is quite hard.
Have they been on NXT?
Yes. That is a cracking question for the answer.
It can't be Sandow. Because Sandow went to Impact before he left.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's Sandow. You motherfucker.
I love this segment.
This is quite hard.
It's tricky, isn't it? It is tricky.
2011. 20... Has this wrestler been active since the 2016 brand extension?
Yes.
Right, I'm going to go out on a whim here, but I don't think it's right. Is it Rhino?
No.
It can't be.
No.
Because he's in Impact right now, isn't he?
Yeah, but
this geezer's stayed retired.
This is ridiculous. I'm stuck here. I'm trying to think of tag teams. This is a joke that I can't think of any tag teams in the last 10 years. This is the problem with WWE.
The tag division is shit. Oh Jason
God.
Jordan.
Yes!
Oh,
Yes!
fuck off,
He's
man.
got it.
Streak
He's
is
got
over.
it. It's Jason Jordan. So the first question
Finally.
threw me off because it's like, is he retired? I'm like,
Yeah,
officially no.
Yeah, that's
officially.
it's a grey area, that one, isn't it?
He obviously tagged with American Alpha, won the NXT and SmackDown titles.
Rollins.
Then he tagged with Rollins, and his last appearance was.
And his dad's Kurt Angle, if you didn't know.
And his last appearance was at the Royal Rumble 2018. He lost the title to Cesaro and Sheamus. That was his last match.
Jeez.
Oh, that was exciting. Ryan, 3-1. You've got one back in the bag. Come on.
Fine.
It's the one and only point he's ever going to get.
Amazing.
Ooh.
I love it. I love the segment so much because, like, when you're watching at home, you're just shouting them all. You know who it is.
Yeah.
When you're there.
Yeah.
Bold predictions. Does anybody already have one?
Oh, I did, and I forgot what it were. Oh no, I do.
Be my guest.
At WrestleMania 37, we are going to get Miz and Morrison versus Bad Bunny and Damian Priest. Put it out there.
I've got one.
I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't, because
No.
it'd be all right because it's decent, safe wrestlers. But I don't want to see Damian Priest in a feud with Miz and Morrison for 3 months.
No, yeah, there is that in there, to be fair.
Because you'll have a match with Miz, a match with Morrison, a handicap match, and then what? again.
Yeah.
And then they have a match, and then the Miz comes out. But yeah, I reckon that's likely. Ryan?
I'm going to say Edge is going to beat Roman at Mania, and the Miz is going to cash in and win the championship at Mania.
That's a big one.
I'm actually, it's a bold prediction, so I've got to say one or the other. There's two ways I can either see it cash, a bit like the Rollins on Brock and Roman, or after the match.
Imagine Nick and Roman of another title.
Exactly. That's why I started. History repeats itself at Mania. That's what I mean. You know what I mean?
That'd be the fourth time that someone's cashed in on him.
That would be perfect, because then Reigns doesn't lose clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. Just before I say mine, breaking news again. Because Reckoning, Mia Yim, was unable to be in the Women's Royal Rumble. Do you know who her replacement was?
I'm going to take a wild guess here, and I'm going to go with Dana Brooke.
Lana.
Toni Storm, number 5.
Oh, really?
So Reckoning would have been in like really early. 5, she might have been.
Bloody hell.
7, she was, and she number 7. My bold prediction: Big E will defend the Intercontinental Championship inside the Elimination Chamber.
Hey, I'd like to see that.
I'm going to add to that. I'm going to name the opponents. Big E, Apollo, Sammy, Cesaro, Nakamura. Ooh, do I go Daniel Bryan or Chad Gable? Otis.
That's, always, yeah.
Oh, can you imagine how sick it'd be if he handcuffs himself into his own pod till it's like the last person? Sami Zayn.
Did you?
Perfect.
I don't want to talk too much about the Elimination Chamber because we're going to be doing a quiz. I don't want to give away some of what could be in the quiz.
When is the Elimination Chamber?
Last day of Feb, 28th.
Oh,
it's the last day.
We don't even have to do the quiz next.
Why are they going so long on these pay-per-views, man?
In 2012, Big Show broke into Daniel Bryan's pod before it had been released by breaking him from the top. So yeah, they could definitely do something like that. I think Miz has definitely hung around in his pod a bit longer than usual, protesting. But that has been week nine consecutively.
Jeez.
Of our
no, not for Ryan. It's not.
Yeah, not for Ryan.
Hey, but I've been doing the reviews, all right. I've been doing the reviews, so I work that back.
Sorry. Some of us have a, some of us have 9 to 5.
Part-time bitch.
Some of us have a job Monday. Bitch.
Part-time. I do. It's called Bold Prediction Wrestling Reviews, motherfucker.
All right, fucking soil bagging.
Ryan Sutcliffe has just officially nominated himself to do the Impact
What's that?
No Surrender pay-per-view review.
That's my sick day. I'm taking a sick day for that.
Like 2 weeks ago.
We are going to be doing.
No, I don't take sick. What you're about? Oh, right, that was what you're about.
We are going to be doing
actual work.
an NXT Takeover review. That'll be going up on the 15th of February. On Tuesday, we have Ryan's Let's Talk Wrestling. We have a guest lined up for March, which is very exciting. I need to tell
a
Ryan
very special guest.
But yeah, thank you for listening, watching. You know the jam, the marmalade, the jazz. You know it all. We're on Spotify, we're on iTunes, we're on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Look in your description, and you'll find us. Thank you.
We're in the modern world, baby.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.